Welcome to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast, where we share tips, techniques, and true stories to support you in using the law of attraction and alchemy to create magic and live the life of your dreams. Here's your host, the founder of DailyAlchemy.com, Michelle Martin Dobbins.
Hi there, it's Michelle Martin Dobbins from DailyAlchemy.com, and today I want to share with you 5 easy ways to add more unconditional love to your day. And I actually have a few bonus ways too. If you haven't listened to the last episode, though, of 5 ways to add more self-love to your day, I really suggest that you start there because I know a lot of people who are like me and who are concerned about spiritual growth and personal growth. We tend to be very giving people, and we have to give to ourselves first because we can't give from an empty pitcher. It's an old analogy, but it's true. If you just keep pouring out your love, your time, your support, and you don't give it to yourself, then you will become drained, and then you can't help anybody else. So if you're like, hey, my main goal is just to help everybody else, well, then you better make your goal to serve and love yourself as well, because if you don't, you won't be able to help those other people. Okay, that's my little PSA for the day. Sorry. Okay, so back to the ways to add more self-love, unconditional love to your day. So when I'm talking about unconditional love, I'm talking just about love for people other than ourselves who are in our life at the moment. They might be friends, they might be family member, they might be the person that you walk past in the grocery store. So how do you make that a habit? How do you add it into your life without doing a whole lot of extra work? One of the things that I tend to do, I do a morning meditation, and this is definitely not something that you have to do, but when I do this meditation, I just ask at the end, who needs a little extra boost of love today? Who needs some positive energy sent their way? And I just see who pops up in my brain. And sometimes it's a really strange. I've had this one boy who I haven't seen for years. He went to my grade school and he was mean and picked on everyone. And his little boy face pops up sometimes quite often. And I'm like, okay, sending him love. And I'll be honest, it might be more for me than for him because I was one of the kids that he picked on. But either way, I feel like it's definitely a healing thing. And if you're thinking, well, it's really nice and good that I'm sending love to some random person, but how are they going to know? How are they even going to feel it? I think that they do, even if it's only on a subconscious level. But even if you don't, it's good for you. It's good for your soul. It's good for your spirit. It's good energy to focus and send loving and positive thoughts and surround someone in the white light of love. So that's the first way. And then we're going to get out into the world more. When you're driving, not everybody drives, I know, but you could do this when you're walking places too. Give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I usually try to, especially if I'm on a long car trip, maybe not just around here, but I'll send love to the other cars that are passing me. I'll send Reiki, which is a form of energy healing, to the other cars that are passing me. But the one thing that I try to do, and I even wrote a blog post about it a long time ago. I think it was called If I'm Driving Crazy Then, and I would fill in the things. Because sometimes we get really irritated by what other people do in their car. And I always try to tell myself the story of what if that person who pulled out in front of me just lost their job? Or what if that person who I thought cut me off or is driving really slow just found out that a relative died or maybe I'm going through this with my 16-year-old. She's a brand new driver and, that's my husband, Lord love him. He does sometimes get frustrated with other drivers and I keep telling him, think of that driver as being your 16-year-old daughter. Do you want people fussing at her? She's doing her best. She's learning. She's trying. And I just giving everybody that benefit of the doubt. It's a loving gesture, whether they know it or not. And it's definitely, I guess self-love and love of others is always tied together. When you give out love, you get back. And when you go through this process of giving these people a break, it's going to reduce your stress level too. So when you're driving, next one, when you're shopping, sometimes shopping can be frustrating. Here in the US, people talk a lot about Walmart and the crazy people of Walmart. And I've talked before, I don't deal with the crazy people of Walmart because I don't see the crazy people of Walmart because I chose to go into Walmart looking to see the beauty in everybody there and look at them through the eyes of love. And at first it may have been a little bit challenging, but I go in there now and I smile at people and I look at them and, people can laugh at the pictures, but I see the beauty in them because I've trained myself to do that. And I have the best experiences in Walmart. I have the best checkout people at Walmart. I know half of them's life story because I go up there with the intention, and this is a great thing, just checking out in any store, go up there with the intention to make the cashier who's checking you out smile. You can look at them and you can notice, like sometimes I'll see they'll have a picture of their kid. So I'll ask about their kid and how old are they and what, and they're so cute or whatever, I try to look for something about them that I can connect with. And even if I don't see anything, I'll just, well, how is the store going today? Is it busy? Is it slow? What's the great thing about working here? Whatever. But I try to get them to lighten up and smile when I'm there. That's my little public service, community service while I'm shopping. And so that's my way of giving love to the people who are serving me, who are standing there behind a cash register all day so that I can come and get what I need. I mean, it's a great service. You may not think that, but to me, I'm thinking they're doing a job to me that sounds like boredom and drudge to serve me and the rest of the community. They're there to help us pay for and get the things that we need. So I truly appreciate them. And that goes along with, restaurants too, where you're eating and stuff, to connect with the wait staff and treat them like a real person, talk to them, see if you can uplift their day, make their day better by having served you. When you are at work, I do actually. My husband and I own a business, so we have employees. I don't have coworkers as such, so I have to do things a certain way, but I am afforded a few luxuries because I set up our office with essential oils burning. I've got crystals and all in my personal office space, and I'm always sending out Reiki, visualizing light and love in the office. And you can do that too discreetly. You may not be able to do some of the things that I can do, like, diffuse the oils and different things, but you can do that. You can visualize your coworkers. That way you can try to raise spirits. You can bring the talk in the office to positive things. There are a lot of little things that you can do when you're at work. And, and if you're at work and you're a cashier, you can do the opposite. You can try to make everybody smile that you check out. There's so many ways that we get to touch other people. And it really is true that just if you speak kindly to a stranger, if you make them feel loved and appreciated in a non-creepy way, then they're going to go out in their day and they're going to carry that with them in a lot of cases, and they'll carry it to the next person they interact with. So it's the ripples ripple out from these little things that you do. The next one is when you're on social media. Yay, social media. It can get crazy in there, right? I have always set a goal for myself. If I go on Facebook, if I go on Twitter, that I try to look for 3 people that I can uplift, 3 people that I can put a positive message on a post that they've made, or just taking the time to say happy birthday or congratulations on something that I know went well for them, or how are you doing? I know that, you've had a lot on your plate, and on Twitter, on Facebook, it's mostly people that I know. Except for on my business page, I do get in conversations with people that I don't personally know. On Twitter, I just look for random people who posted something that I can say something uplifting or positive about. And, the sad thing is sometimes I have to scroll through to get something that's just not a promotional post or a link, but you scroll through a little bit and you find something. And there are some people that I've connected with on Twitter that we we continually go back and forth and have these little conversations. And to me, it's such a gift to be able to do that. And even if I just compliment somebody one time, that was one day, one moment that was good for them. And so, everybody has their own agenda when they go on social media, but mine is always to be uplifting and to add love to other people's day. And that's not to say that I don't share some of my own things and promote my products, but at the end of the day, that's my main goal. And then when you go off to sleep at night, I often talk about getting yourself in a positive frame of mind and kind of visualizing the things that you want to happen in your life. And like in the morning, I would start out with you, and then at the end, ask if there's anyone you need to send love to. In the evening, I would do the opposite, because I think right before you drift off to sleep, you want to be focusing that self-love on yourself, because not to be selfish, but that's the most important thing, because as we've said, if you don't give it to yourself, you really can't continually give it to anyone else. But when you go off to sleep, I keep a list, actually. That may seem weird, but I keep a list of people that I think that I've come in contact with and stuff. And so sometimes I'll just go through that list. Sometimes I will go to my Facebook page and to the groups that I manage, and I just kind of pop open the members and visualize sending all of them light and love, send them Reiki, send Reiki to my groups. Send Reiki to lists of people that I know need an extra boost or who are just close friends and family members that I want to. And then I go and work on having self-love thoughts towards myself and just meditative, quiet, peaceful thoughts before I go to sleep. So I think that actually, I'm just going to say one is during your morning and evening routine that you can think of visualizing sending love. 2, while you're driving or out walking around, or, even on the subway, whenever you're out transporting from place to place, shall we say. 3, when you're shopping. 4, when you're at work. 5, when you're on social media. Lots and lots of ways to add love to your day. And, just pick 1 or 2 and make it a habit. And then, later you can add more, or later you can try to do something else. Don't overwhelm yourself, and definitely don't beat yourself up if you don't remember to do these kinds of things, because that defeats the purpose. And I did want to share with you one little bonus activity. This one is not quite as easy. It's not something that you can just do without a little bit of forethought. Well, it doesn't always take a lot. Anyway, is giving a gift a day. And that seems really over the top, but I don't know that the website exists anymore. There's still a book. It used to be called 29gifts.org. And whenever it was active, I used to go there and participate in it. And I don't always do it every day, but usually I'll pick a month or 2 out of the year and do this where I give a gift every day for a month. And I tell you, I always have really high, good energy at the end of that month. And I see so much good coming to my life when I wasn't even necessarily intending that. I was just intending to share and give with other people. And the gifts don't have to be expensive. They don't have to cost money. They can. One of my goals this year is just to write 1 thank you letter and mail it out every week. It doesn't really cost me very much. It takes a little bit of my time, but it uplifts me. And I think in today's world, getting a handwritten thank you card in the mail is something we don't experience that much. So, that could be a gift. Sending somebody a thank you card or a handwritten letter, giving them a flower. There are so many little things you can do. You can do some bigger ones too. Gift of your time is a great one, because I think it's something that a lot of us are starved for, is time and attention in this world, because things get so busy and we focus on the busy and not on each other as much. So take some time to slow down as you're going through your day. Be really present, and that's going to give you lots of opportunities to add more unconditional love to your day. It's when we're rushing that we forget and we don't think about the fact that everybody else is on this human journey just like us, and they could use a little bit of kindness, understanding, and love. So those a try. Let me know how it goes. You can find me at dailyalchemy.com. There you can find a link to email me, to my Facebook, to my Twitter, to YouTube, everything. And so I'd love to know how these work for you, or if you have other ways of adding self-love to your day. I would love to hear those too. And I keep saying self-love, but this one is unconditional. The last podcast was self-love. But as I said, they are tied together. So go out today, enjoy your day, create some magic, and I will see you next time. Namaste and big hugs. This episode has been brought to you by the Magical Life Manifesting Club. It's a place where you can connect with other like-minded people and get support for your manifesting and learn all kinds of new ways to get in your vortex, in your happy place, and manifest more. There are courses like Body Love Alchemy, Meditation Alchemy, where you learn all kinds of ways to meditate. You don't just have to sit in lotus position. There's something for everyone there. We also have Relationship Alchemy, Love Alchemy, and so much more. Plus Reiki training. If you've ever been interested in learning how to do energy healing, you can currently get certified in Reiki Level 1 and Reiki Level 2 and get those attunements one-on-one with me, Michelle Martin Dobbins, when you become a member of the Magical Life Manifesting Club. And very shortly, within the next 6 months or so, we will be adding the Master Reiki level as well. So if you're looking for a place that can support you and help you manifest more of the dream life that you want, go to www.dailyalchemy.com and you will find a circle on the right-hand side. This is Magical Life Manifesting Club, and you can go there to learn more about it. Or you can also check, there should be a link in the show notes. All right, have a wonderful day. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast. Connect with me on thedailyalchemy.com or Facebook at facebook.com/Michelle Dobbins author. Join us next time for even more magical life tips.